Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the VALORANT Champions Grand Finals! Now I have one question for you. Are you ready? No, I think we can do it better. I'm gonna hear you loud and proud. Are you ready? Let's welcome your two finalists, Evil Geniuses and Paper X. First up, it's Giacomo! Mind Freak! Ethan! Forsaken! And Coach Alex! And Potter!
Honestly, at the start of this year, I kinda already had an idea that this might be my last year playing. Everyone in Singapore has to go to the army and I'm of that age right now. Of course I'm scared and like anxious. I don't know what's like waiting in front of my life, but
Here we go. Paper X versus EG. 14 of VALORANT.
I just wanted to give it my all, like really all, so I wouldn't have any regrets.
Ching holds the line. Ching, and the transfer comes in. The fuse is there, and we are not done yet.
Everything was like surreal. I would have never expected to be in the grand finals of a Champions.
It feels so impossible sometimes just to play rounds against them.
You have performances like that. What does that do to the spirit of the team from having, lost such a close game?
It's just always like a humbling experience. But this year has been about second chances. No one expected us to be here. It really shapes your mental. Going through all those ruts. Don't think about what these people online have to say. Just enjoy it while you're here. As long as you do that, you can have no regrets.
Evil Geniuses pulling up once more, a bit of a repeat of history.
We've had so many second chances this year, and we've always made sure we take full advantage of that opportunity.
Copenhagen, it was like our peak. There was a world where we actually won the grand finals. Champions, we bombed out, we didn't even get into playoffs. Lock in, we lost first round. It was like rock bottom. It was like a really big moment for all of us, so I think all of us really woke up.
We went from a team, everyone counted as down and out, and we became one of the best teams in the world. But there's always something to be better at. So having that sort of support behind me is just like undescribable.
Before I joined PaperX, I was like really quiet and I was always like just doing my own thing. But now, I don't know, I just feel like I've grown a lot to become like a better person.
This core has been together for so long, but that big global trophy has always eluded them. But you gotta think this time around, this is their chance.
It's more than just trophies. You know, like we need to grow up as good people and we need to just have as much fun as we can.
It took a lot to get to where we are, so I want to be known as a hard-working team. But be free and have fun. That's what we're going to need to win the grand finals.
I give my heart and soul. I wear my heart on my sleeve no matter what, and I'm gonna give it my everything to beat PaperX.
If this is my real last tournament and I never come back, I'm just proud of everyone in my team for going through this journey with me. I hope the fans just remember like this era of PaperX. But if I win, I think it will be a really great ending for me.
The rest is history.
Just one more series to close out the year. History is going to be made no matter what happens. EG or PaperX will lift their first ever global trophy right here in the Kia Forum. And Mimi, you saw it in the trailer. You see what it means to the both of them. It is going to be a crazy and emotional series.
Both these teams have had a core that have been together for years, that have been grinding it out regionally, waiting for an opportunity. They've both been in a final before, had an opportunity to win a global trophy, but it eluded both these teams. And it's one more chance this year. It's the last game for Jing with this iteration of PaperX, and it's EG's last chance to complete their Cinderella run, to go from that team that no one expected to do anything to a team who could be the world champions.
That's the thing, it's the largest stage to try to get it done. That much more pressure, that much larger of an audience, that much more pomp and circumstance to get themselves up here onto this stage, into this moment. I can't imagine the pressure that these players have to be feeling coming into this one right now. We know that these are both teams that love to say it's all about having fun. We want to go up there, we want to have those good vibes. We want to just have fun and not let the pressure seep in. But you of all people know, Sean, that is not impossible to lock out. You can't block everything.
No, and that's why they took that team huddle. Both of these teams, so much similarities, right? The coach having so much control over the team, the innovation we're seeing out of both of them. They both brought in star duelists in the middle of their seasons. The similarities are honestly, you can't stop. These teams are so alike.
Yeah, let's talk about those two coaches, because you guys heard that when Alex and Potter walked out to this crowd, the cheers, the love that they received. I mean, for Potter especially, both of them used to play on the teams they currently coach, but a lot of people doubted her, Mimi. A lot of people criticized her, but she's answered back and she's proved why she's one of the best.
EG is now the team leading the meta in a lot of ways in this game. They are one of the best in the world, and Potter has been there since the beginning. She was playing on this team, like you mentioned, when EG was first signed, and she's been there, has made the hard choices, dedicated to cutting BCJ, to picking up Demon 1, to taking all these risks to get this team to the position they're in now. But it's the same case for the other side. Alex has had to make those tough decisions too.
Exactly. Alex has had to make all those same exact decisions, right? Getting rid of Bankai. That's the in-game leader of your team. You replace it with a star duelist.
A fan favorite too,
Yeah, and you let this star player take a duelist role over someone like Forsaken. I mean, that is a crazy decision that he made at that time, but look where he is now. He was so confident. And in addition to all that, they bring a stand-in Gecko in Tokyo and then still place third. I can't praise these two coaches enough, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they both have very similar styles, or at least very similar results when it comes down to trying to calm down their players and get them refocused on the game. Obviously, Alex a bit more emotive compared to Potter, who's widely just sitting there going, nice, and everything like that. Alex is slamming the desk. He's getting frustrated when they're not doing everything perfectly, but he knows how to slow things down. He knows how to pull them aside. I mean, there's a famous clip of him just taking something and saying, I want you to turn your brain off. And then he went into the very next round, and they just swept the rest of that series. That is that connection that you have as a coach to your players that every single team would love to have.
Yes, and that's a strategic coach telling his player, go out there swinging, right? I want you playing a grindy style that the other team is not ready for. You have the skill. And I see that same stuff when I watch Potter. That's what makes these teams so amazing, is the coaches know how to innovate. They know how to create set plays, but they're also willing to relinquish all that control and give it back to the players.
Yeah, and I think for both these teams, it's that recovery aspect. It's coming back from so many doubts, from such bad starts to the year, to now making it here. Busto in the press conference the other day said that people might think that they're the villains, but that they've lost a lot. They got used to it. 2021, 2022, they did nothing but losing. But he said that being here in the grand finals of champions, going on this run with teammates, with the coach he's been with for years, it's a dream come true for him, especially in front of this crowd here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, the crowd, they're always behind EG every step of the way. But let's talk about the star players as well on each side. We got Demon One and something, yes, he missed out at Tokyo, but he could potentially lift a trophy in his first ever global event without losing a single series.
I mean, it would be nuts to just become a Royal Roader right off the rip, come into this thing as somebody who's playing around Japan, dominating, and then make the run all the way to grabbing that trophy. But Demon One would be a very similar story, obviously, on the opposite side. Both of these guys have had such explosive impact from the moment that they joined into their rosters. It's unprecedented how much of a different look we've seen from both of these squads. But you heard it from Jing there in the video ahead of this, saying we felt like we were just in a pit. We were at our rock bottom after our losses at Lock-In, at Champions last year. They weren't that team that hit their stride at Copenhagen, that made it to a grand finals. They were in a slump, and the addition of Demon One as well as something has just reinvigorated and reinvented both teams.
Really has, and yeah, they're both rookies. I mean, I feel like this final is for Rookie of the Year and the Champions title right now, which is absurd that these two teams have such impactful rookies. The fact that Demon One played Brimstone, played Astra throughout this run, in addition to these Star Duelist roles, he's been known as saying he doesn't even like using the Operator, despite probably being the best one in our region right now. He is a very special player that Potter just somehow knew to bring into this team.
And what's insane as well is that every single global tournament, we talk about history, we talk about going back for those first two champions, every Masters tournament before this, they were always just sitting at home, watching, aspiring to be there, to have that opportunity. I don't think either of them could have imagined they would be here this year. They get picked up partway through the season, join their team, and both of them go on this incredible run to make it here to the grand final for both of them in their rookie year.
Yeah, and they get to do it in front of this crowd. Yes, it is the home crowd for EG, but throughout this tournament, every single time Paper X have played, Seth, we've seen the fans turn up. We've seen them here with their jerseys, with their signs. They love this Paper X team. I feel like just as much as they maybe love the EG side too.
It's a team that is very difficult to dislike. I think that even though if you have people who are out here holding up signs for EG, they'll probably admit, like, yeah, I'm a Paper X fan as well. Like, this is a squad that you just cannot hate. And a lot of that did start with Ben Kai, the former IGL, the guy who had the goofy walkouts that was always in the content videos and whatnot, just kind of leading the charge for the squad. He's gone, but that love has remained because the rest of this team, even with the addition of something, is still just as lovable.
I mean, they really are the most lovable team in the scene, right? It's impossible to dislike Paper X. How they play the game, it's so refreshing. And if you talk to the players, they create everything on their own. They copy zero tactics from other teams. That's very atypical in the pro scene. Most people aren't trying to reinvent the wheel. They just kind of copy it and move things around. That's what EG does. Yeah, Paper Rex is not that team at all. That's why we see the Harb Arena. That's why we see these crazy comps come out of them. And it's so refreshing to see a team like that succeed.
And that's why this match is so difficult for EG. We've seen these two teams play up against each other before, but I think PaperX is the hardest team to prepare for, period. Because they are the squad that it's not always the same thing. It's not always a meta comp. It's built on their flexibility, their ability to come up with incredible plays on the fly. So this is where the pressure is on for Boostio, for Potter, the leadership of Evil Geniuses, to find the right read, to be able to counter this PaperX team that no one has been able to shut down at Champions thus far.
Yeah, and Boostio himself, he spoke about this as well. He was not super happy about facing off against PaperX again. Here's what he had to say after their last match. It feels impossible sometimes just to play around against them. And honestly, it's not fun to play against them. But the thing is, if there was any team that could maybe take them down, any team with a prep, any team with a mental resilience, right now, Sean, in this moment, it's probably Boostio and EG.
Yeah, it's Boostio and Potter. That tandem right there has put together some incredible anti-strat gameplays over the course of this year. Not even looking at this tournament, the whole year. That's just how they operate. But playing PaperX, and he says it there, it's a different beast. You can prep all you want until you're in that server and you get punched in the face. There is no team. I know EG has that B team. They scrim against B teams. They're one of the only teams in the entire scene that has a 10-person roster that they can scrim against the secondary team and play the comp. But that's not playing against Jing, Forsaken.
Sure.
It's not the same thing.
A very different beast, but I mean, this does go both ways, because PaperX, how do you prepare for an EG squad that is so good at mid-round pivoting, at making decisions on the fly, that have just fantastic decision-making moment over moment, and we saw it time and time again from Com. Just being able to just lurk into this back line. They have to keep it ingrained in their brains. If you have not seen Com, he's behind you. If they can memorize that, then they have a very good shot of shutting him down. But he's so good at slipping the net and striking when it's least expected.
The clutches are what have defined so many of these series for EG. They said they were a team of second chances, of capitalizing upon those opportunities when they're given them. They lost last time versus PaperX. They let the game slip. It was in their control. This is their chance for redemption. And for both these teams, it really is going to be a battle of the mental. Something is talked about how in some of the earlier matches of this tournament, he was shaking in the first few rounds. He needed a timeout from Alex to calm him down, to get him focused. There is so much pressure on these guys, and they can see in the middle of the stage that trophy, and only one of them can lift it.
Yeah, I mean, they've both been in this position before in front of that trophy, and they both lost out. But let's talk about the actual maps here. The 5 maps that we could potentially see, starting with splits. Do you guys feel like this is a case of whoever starts off fast and get on the board is just going to take this in a sweep, or are we looking at a marathon?
I think we're all in agreement that this is going to be a marathon.
Yes.
Both teams have proven that they have the mental resilience to not get swept, to be able to fight back. PaperX we're the first ones to pull off that reverse sweep to begin with. Split on the horizon, I do expect that this is going to be very PaperX favor, just given that EG haven't quite really figured things out in this map, but we'll see if they've made any changes.
Well, we were going to see right here, right now, in the Prime Gaming Agent Select, and here it is.
Yes, they have.
They have.
Wow, they put Demon on the jet, Yinsu. I love it. They went back to their double duelist they were running before in VCT Americas. This is a comp they're great at. Demon 1 had been playing Astra throughout this tournament. They had a 28% win rate on the defensive half. They're looking to turn that around.
And versus Loud, we saw that chamber composition get exploited. This is the comp that helped EG go on their run in Americas. They're excellent at it. You get Jajimo, one of the best raised players in the world, versus Jing. I think they're the 2 best in the world. And what a matchup to start us on.
I mean, we just have mirrored composition across the board between these two squads. It's going to come down to who pilots this the best. Obviously, EG with a little pivot. How warmed up are they going to be on this? I think there's still going to be some comfort there, so still some concerns for PaperX, but this is what they have been running for quite some time. For Jing, though, this is the final ride. This is the last dance. One more chance to try to lift the trophy. Can they start with the right foot forward and get this win here on Split?
The moment you've been waiting for is finally here. The agents are locked in, and we are ready for map 1 of the grand finals between EG and PaperX. And we got 2 of the very best to take you guys through this Kia Forum. Give a warm welcome to Pansy and Hypok.
What a beautiful day for what could be some of the best fucking Valorant we have ever seen. This final is nuts. Paper X, last chance to dance form, right? Jing about to have to step away, but he could leave his mark in the scene. And EG, the ultimate Cinderellas.
Absolutely, and actually an opportunity to really capture the villain arc. Deny Jing the final exit in Valorant with a trophy in hand. I mean, what an absolute spectacle we have here today. I can't wait to get things started here, Lauren.
And it all starts on Split. The thorn in the side for EG. It's not looked good this event. But they've changed, they've adjusted, they've come in with a different comp, and we are right into things. No messing around. It'll be Paper X on the attack, EG on the defense. And this is going to be a marathon of a game.
Initial tag comes through. Actually, Boostio going to be a little bit of damage here, but gets healed up. Actually sits inside the Cloudburst. Going to take down one before Forsaken trades out.
Yeah, so far so good. They've still kept their composure here. EG racking up the bodies though. Device still standing, still controlling space. The rest of EG need to temper themselves a little bit here. Paper X have divided this map up. They've got the site now.
Look at the HP bars though. Everybody from Paper X tagged up here. Jorgamo, no utility.
Look at Demon 1.
This Frenzy could do real work here, Lauren.
Oh, Jorgamo finding Jing, now down to 2, and the HP is low. Pain Shell back up, and Mind Freak feels that! He's down, and now it's all on Divide. Spotted and deleted! EG, round 1.
Expecting things to be pretty explosive here. The thing I've got my eye on immediately with this comp change is the B-side control here from Evil Geniuses. Obviously, stepping onto the Astra, we have no questions about the mechanical talent of Demon 1, but in terms of anchoring that site, there were concerns previously. Boostio now to fill those shoes. Comp obviously is that second layer of the B-side defense. And definitely something Paper X could potentially try to exploit.
They certainly could, and for me, my eyes throughout this series will be locked towards Com as well. Proven to be a big stage player, and there is no bigger stage now. For Paper X, we're looking at damage here. Sheriff's in hand, yes. A little bit of a test, and of course, they're going to be walking into somewhat of the unknown, right? They maybe expected EG to come out as they had previously throughout this event. Maybe had a chance of kicking off this best of 5 with a very favorable start. However, already big info found, and look at Jordan.
Up close and personal here with the judge. Plenty of Paper X bodies on the other side. I think Boombot will reveal that. Forced away. Connects fully with Demon 1. Finds one ahead of the Viper wall.
This guy with the Guardian is something else still. Oh, that's dangerous something. Bests him. Gets started well here, warming himself up into this matchup. Jorgamo going to deny any comfort towards ramp, and that's the spike dropped. Goes a little further ahead. They need to calm themselves here, kind of feeding into the beast. Paper X will be happy to take any of those bodies. And now they've got some rewards, a judge, a Guardian, and now an opportunity. Com, though, denies it, retakes that Heaven control, and leaves them with the 2 who are towards the site. Mind Freak finding Com.
Player standing.
And now just Mind Freak. Found in the end, but it got dicey. I think we're seeing some of that nervousness, that almost over-peaking here.
Yeah, damage done here by the Sheriffs. You can see something desperate to try and make a play happen with the Guardian. Com just actually perfect timing inside the smoke there, just to remove that threat. For an explosive start, no surprises there, especially with the comp change. Jorgamo actually 1 away from the showstopper already. Fantastic progress on his part.
And it looks like Paper X have a really good idea of how they want to approach at least this round, right? It is the bonus, so whatever's left in the EG pocket, they're going to bring back in. So the Guardian, the Stinger, and the Judge are still into play, but it's not a great deal. Paper X should be looking to win this cleanly. Opting for the A site as their eventual goal on the attack. They're going to get the plant pretty much unscathed. As we noted, EG mostly stacking towards B.
One is open here, so Paper X going to disengage, try and take some Heaven control back. Flash will open things up. I think it did just pop inside the smoke though. I'm not entirely sure what happened off screen, but EG already poised for this retake.
He's scared because of this man. Jorgamo can at least clear the site. He does. Forsaken's fallen, but can they clear the rest of this? It's going to be a late wrap towards Heaven for Paper X to try and keep control of this spike, but there's an issue. They don't have eyes on it yet, and Com's position could have been a disaster. It's not. Jing still standing, still fighting at 3, keeps it safe, but it is a 2v2. And there is a rifle, the Pink Shell! Jorgamo! That's nuts! And the 1v1, Ethan down solo has to just stand and face Gonna get Paper X there first, but Michael, the casualties are off the charts.
I mean, they bring a Guardian and scraps into that round.
Yep.
They bring it down to just one rifle taken away in the hands of Paper X. Even here, Com, desperate to try and retake this space. I think EG have the perfect read of exactly what's going on here. As soon as they've noted that it's only one member in the form of Forsaken down on site. Unfortunately, things get shut down. Something, one away from the Blade Storm already. I was looking at the showstopper that did come out in the last round from Jorgamo. Very quickly up ramp here. Nothing inside the gravity. The flash will pave the way here. So initially just a little bit of a fake here to feign some aggression towards A side. 3 members of EG in position, but Trailblazer will, yeah, finally noting.
Yep. Well, adds a little comfort
Well,
to the dish. What the hell?
Ethan, lucky to survive that.
Yeah, down to 56, but he can at least get Demon 1 back up to fighting HP. And you can see the rest of Paper X taking their time here. Feels like plans up, but so unawares. Ethan takes a little bit of a glimpse and he takes something's life. The site now difficult to take with Demon 1. Position will be revealed, but they don't quite know exactly where he's waiting. The flash follow-up wasn't good enough. Forsaken's found him. That's perfect. They've allowed a little bit of room now to get that plant down. They can at least have time on their side.
Taking well Seekers here as well. Invested off the rip. Com going to be played in here potentially. He actually pulls the trigger too early. Mindfreak's down the first, but Com, he will get the trade.
But it's not over yet. Jorgamo going to be noted and kept in check by Devi here. A big battle, and Devi's won it. Fantastic work in a 2v2 now. Forsaken! Lovely connection towards Com, and it's all in groups.Those hands in a 1v2. Oh, he's eating that flash. He's so blind. I don't know how he's still alive. Taps the spike and looks for Devi. Not going to be entertained. Beautiful control from Paper X.
We'll tie things up 2 apiece. Evil Geniuses, another round where we're seeing them happy to try and initiate some sort of aggression that wants to be the aggressors towards Paper X. It could be something that, you know, has been alluded to. Busio was saying how difficult it is to play against them when, you know, you give them time and space to set up for some of the chaotic things that they like to incorporate into their game plan.
Looking at the stack, this time it is on the correct side of the map for EG as Paper X are eyeing this up. This could be pretty violent here. Something going to get ahead of this, but it could be now a little vulnerable. You can see the temptation. Bustio's been caught off. Well controlled by Ching. Now looking to try and get a little forward. The Bucky back into play. Ching on their heels though. So aggressive. The
no way.
Flies through the air. Finding Ching, and it's a 1v3. This is a little out of check, I feel. Com's a fantastic player, but this one might need miracles. And there's already that mid lurk. His position's noted. I think Paper X are making their way through the woods here.
Yeah, cognizant of the threat. Com, a 1 in 3 chance to convert a clutch situation, but this one feels a little out of reach. Even here, if you find Forsaken or Mindfreak, the lowest funds on Paper X. Doesn't know he's going to make an honest go of things here, and Paper X should be able to disengage from sight. Jorgamo, though, making that Bucky sing.
He's keeping dangerous, but Paper X, again, these rounds, they may look close, but it almost suits Paper X in their playstyle. They'll take a brawl.
Absolutely.
They'll never turn that down.
No.
Behave. Behave. Get out, Com.
None of that today.
Relax.
None of that today.
Relax. Okay. Oh.
Well, he's talking about removing Mindfreak and Forsaken. They fall into the spike. Something's got his Blade Storm, so not going to matter too much, but actually, Showstopper online as well, so both ultimates that will offset the second. The second of the Jing was pretty wild.
Yes. I mean, you're looking at the ult zone, Mike. EG having 3 just on the cusp, 1 away for Ethan, Busio, and Com, and also obviously Jorgamo and Demon have theirs ready. On the other side, some very impactful ults as well, so this could be a high-value round, and Jing is making no subtleties of the side that he wants. Leading the way towards B, Showstopper's popped, and they're going to have to respect this. They have to sit deep.
They posting it as well. Com already very early exploration down mid here. Look at the minimap. Look how late Devi is planning to play on this.
but look how aggressive Paper X are getting.
Yeah.
They're taking CT space. They're willing to challenge for every step that EG wants to take. Demon One's got his work cut out here. You can see it. Judge round the corner. Bye-bye. Demon One denies something and does the dance. Back and forth. He's got Jing. And now Jorgamo popping the R1 to clear out by Pillar. That's his. EG sweeping through the site. It's Forsaken and Devi left standing in a 2v4. Devi's still in play, and Devi shows his hand. Looks for more, doesn't get more. EG back in business.
What a phenomenal retake by EG. And this aggression is all tailor-made to play in Devi, to force EG deeper into spawn, slow things down, but Demon One paying no respect. It's another round that, for me, is a big adjustment on the back of the things that Boostio's alluding to. Don't want to give Paper X the time, the comfort to be aggressive.
One enemy remaining.
He's on a solo mission here, by the way. He challenges the divide in spawn. There's a judge there.
Yes.
And then Jing is the second player behind that.
That felt almost unbreakable, that positioning, but we go back in. It's going to be maybe an initial start here for Demon One. Going to invest in the knives straight away. The flash could encourage. See how he plays this one out. Again, Ethan receiving most of the contact to this, but there is presence in middle. Paper X want to take space here.
This will be the round win that actually gets the operator in hand for Demon One as well. He sees saving through with the Blade Storm. To say that, on the back of contact elsewhere, they've kind of loosened this hold on A site.
Yeah, Ethan's drifting away, and you can see the Paper X are starting to stack up. You've got 5 pretty much present towards A. It's going to leave it in the hands of, well, I mean, some dangerous players. Jorgamo, one of them. First casualty, caught, Jing. Pain Shell denies any space coming directly towards the site, but it kind of plays in Demon One a little, but Heaven is the next target of focus for Paper X.
Seekers go through. It's not very deep here. Demon One just chomping at the bit.
He wants in.
To get involved, and he does. Something will fall.
Oh, tried to go for the follow-up, but Paper X, as said, will always be ready to fight. Jorgamo goes back in again. These re-hits are always going to be happy for Paper X. They'll take this. They brought it down to a 3v3.
Indeed, they've got options here, but Boostio still in a position to cut off the rotation. Forsaken. Battered and bruised will find the plant regardless.
Yeah,
Tag onto Comm as well, down to 15 HP, has to get healed up.
Yeah, they fought for that space, hard earned. Heaven still held. They'll flash into, oh, the timing on that, the Mind Freak on the bailout, finding 2 and gets his 3rd. Paper X, don't challenge these boys in a brawl. They are looking lethal.
Another 3K from Mind Freak. Almost his signature move this event.
Yeah.
Find Paper X a 4-3 lead here. Beautiful stuff, but I gotta say, I come back to the same point. We see this same sort of thing between Ethan and Jorgamo a couple of times now, the flash out from screens and the satchel from elbow, but Evil Geniuses are happy to go toe-to-toe. They don't just want to take a beating. They don't want to sit back and let Paper X execute on them. And whether or not Demon One is the response to that, it's obviously harder on this side.
Yes, and it's such a double-edged sword in my mind. It's like, okay, do we play into what Paper X are doing? We back ourselves in the fight and we take it ahead of the site hit. Do we sit very passive, play for retake potentially? But it's not easy. And it looks like EG hitting the brakes. Congratulations. Hitting the brakes a little bit here to allow Potter to have that conversation.
Yeah, and I think the key thing to note here is coming back to those comfort zones, right?
Yeah.
Demon One, I think we have seen the peak.
Yes.
Are you able to achieve that versus something, or versus Paper X as a whole, to be honest? Outside of the head-to-head, again, you talk about that they are just the masters of mayhem. All 5 of these members on Paper X are just lunatics, especially in solo situations.
And they're going back for a bit more. We've been doing pretty well at A. Why don't we run it again? Here we go. Waiting for the barrier to drop. Paper X straight off the rip again. Pacey taken straight towards the ramp, but something's the one to find Jorgamo.
Over the top of the pit as well.
Instantaneous.
Look at where that death marker is, up on rafters. Com definitely going to be feeling the pressure here. So he got past it here, but he's missed.
Com given a second chance at life here. Actually, Paper X are scrambling. They're looking for another option. Now, if they do directly go towards B, you know, they just run that down, they will have one player there. Tucked at the back of the site will be boostio.
Problem is, he's in a fairly risky spot, vulnerable to heaven.
Yeah.
Where Mindfreak is. Ethan has to close this gap.
No flash to help him yet either.
No.
But the stalls worked well enough. Flash just coming on for Ethan. The flash is going to put boostio back to the wall here. He's got to be so careful. Can he get played in by Ethan? He's actually got a chance for himself. Going to deny Forsaken. It's still a 2v3 and it's still Mindfreak who has been a master. Devi, similar scenes. 40 seconds.
Devi's actually got the pit here.
He's looking at it.
Yeah.
Yep. He wants that play. Time
it covers
to get
all of sight.
Cuts off CT.
This is a really difficult pit to overcome him. Mindfreak actually playing a little bit disconnected outside here on Rafters.
But can they isolate him cleanly, or does he decide to dip back in? Can he get one for his troubles? He can! Falls away into the pit, and now the crossfires are going to be horrifically hard to break. With limited vision, what can EG do with this? Ethan got a flash.
With the spread here, it's a real question. Actually, that's going to Demons one found one.
Okay, it's just down to one in the pit. He's diving headfirst into this! Ethan's got him! EG, how did you break through that?
I mean, the kill from Demon 1 comes through the most random time here. Like I said, there's a big question mark with this spreading as deep as it does towards CT, whether or not anybody's pushed all the way out, especially after Mindfreak gets a kill in heaven. Another beautifully executed retake here from EG.
I want to watch this again. Okay, that's the start. Oh, that's nice. But the end here, this was the kind of almost off-kilter pickup, and yeah, fair enough. I guess Ethan just dives in. It's scrappy from EG, but again, they have changed this comp back to this look, right? It's not what they were running this event, so you can't expect consistency, but PaperX are being challenged. Operator is on deck. Something bringing out the big green. Looking to find his first victim. He's working up towards middle, but it's Ethan to feel that bit of pressure to begin with. They're not going to stop on this A pressure.
I think with the early round indicators here, they're not necessarily expecting an operator, so EG to remain very diligent here.
Jorgamo's already crossed though. Not been hindered. Forsaken seems so aware of the possibility, but he's got to be really careful. That is a judge on the other side. Oh my god, that snap! Breaks his wrist to find Jorgamo with, it looked like ease. Down to 14, yes. But now this is the operator. Oh, wow.
It just came off the angle, Lauren.
Okay.
Oh, confirmation there now. Coleman Boostio should play this a little safer. As I say that, it's starting to explore towards B main. This could be crucial early information.
But look how little of the site EG have to play with. PaperX do have, you know, the green light to go. The flash, fantastic, put into motion as something's going to claim that. Demon 1 now, outdone. Something having around here, making up for that little bit of a miss earlier on.
30 seconds left.
Does wonders once he got to the site, and the other two players for EG just want these weapons.
Absolutely, going to try and hold on to things. Jorgamo, Ethan, and Demon 1 struggling financially. This round opened up. I mean, the snap from Forsaken is ridiculous. It's a judge on the other side of things, by the way.
Yeah.
And he got a shot off. Somehow only leaving Forsaken at 14 HP. PaperX taking the lead here. But, like I said, it's crucial here that something's operated. It's kind of figured out at the right time. Like I said, with PaperX desperately trying to create a little bit of pressure towards 8. I mean, you see what the byproduct is. Colin Lucio actually go exploring on B main. They're trying to force somebody to peek into mid.
Yeah.
Create an opportunity elsewhere on the map just by showing a little bit of presence. Obviously, it's difficult then if it's not Ethan on the other side of the map to really send out any utility to garner some information or even set something in motion with a flash.
See if there's a play to maybe get Jorgamo up on that ult here. Let's keep that in the back of your mind, but again, they did get that operator back. You're starting to see the money not fully stabilized, but in a far better spot for PaperX than it is EG, so they should start carving away at this, and you can see maybe they're aware of the intent here. PaperX waiting this out, not falling foul to any of it. The flash is going to catch and should give away the game. Jorgamo he's still alive.
What? Got two!
That's a classic! That's a classic, and he's found two. That's obscene. But now it's down to Ethan and Demon 1. Sheriff and a classic and a flash to play in, and that's about it. Demon 1 going to be jumped out
What?
Out of this world from Demon 1. This is finally put to bed. but that was far too dangerous.
I kind of want to see every single kill that just happened there from EG.
How did Jorgamo get 2?
Jorgamo 2 with a classic. Demon
Sure.
1 shoots the Sheriff out of his backside, apparently, to catch something in midair.
Oh.
Mine don't do that. What is this, though? Whoa.
Oh.
What?
But it's still around for Paper X. All of these, I feel, are going to be like this, right? Such violent delights when we watch, but Paper X now chipping away and creating a little bit of space on the board here. 6 rounds to their favor to the 4 of EG. They're starting to stabilize into the game, but I feel it's going to be this high-octane form all the way through. You better be careful.
Well, just on that point, though, you're saying you're expecting this, but for Paper X, this is sustainable, right? For EG, is it? That's the question. Can they really commit to this sort of play style? Because this is playing into a Paper X style series.
Yes, it certainly is. So Divide going to go through, a little bit of a scrap over towards A, but it's kept 4 players here. You've got Forsaken commanding the attention of 4, and this now all
heard the
falls
steps.
to Boostio. He's calling for support, he's calling for help. Can he slow down the roll? He's trying to. All that utility is investing is just trying to buy seconds. Rotations in, they're backing away.
No way. I mean, how much space does Forsaken get here? 36 HP. Ethan, does he slip back with the elbow? He's spotted!
But the flash, he's turned it, but he's still giving away. What a shot from Forsaken! Creating all of this room, and they are running 30 seconds. Jorgamo is here with a showstopper. Forsaken, yes, has the sight, but look at the space that Jorgamo's taking. This is going to be so deadly.
He's ready to just satchel here.
Here it comes. It's all about timing. Boostio's taken away something. They're on the site. Jorgamo sends it. Post it, doesn't get it, but he does take down Mindfreak. Great trade from Devi. Now maybe they can plant. This has been, once again, a mental round, but a 3v2. Demon 1 and Boostio. Boostio's still making his way over, but Demon 1 hasn't left heaven. The timing on the double swing is divine, and that is perfection from Paper X.
And this is the sort of thing when I talk about sustainability. Can EG constantly come up with this, the troubleshooting on the fly, problem solving? It doesn't even really fall to Boostio. It falls to these individuals on EG to make the right decisions. Perfect example, Jorgamo there with a showstopper. Again, what do you choose?
There is no clear choice, a bit of a Sophie's choice if anything, but now we're looking at the Seekers being there for Forsaken. That could be right off the rip, but it looks like they want to go head first into this. EG, are you going to try and stand and fight this Demon 1? Going to be forced off, trying to spam away those Seekers, but do they springboard quickly? Spam going to connect, and that's a problem for Demon 1. Falls away on 42. You can see, yes, damage to something on the other side, and that paint shell could become pivotal.
Oh, we're nearly catching with a spam as well. No harm, no foul just yet. Paper X getting themselves ramp control. EG still in control of the site itself. Again, device set up to try and catch an overpeak elsewhere, something alongside him in mid. Paper X have been given access to vents, actually, so a very easy opportunity here to regroup.
Paper X waiting for someone to play into this. The pivot's happening. Straight through middle, going back towards B. Jorgamo yet to adjust. The flash might send him towards it. It's going to connect for Com. Tries to slow it down himself. Falls away towards the site. Allows Boostio to get the play in, but it's Forsaken. Breaks in like a thief in the night. Paper X so clean on these site takes. Plant's going to come through in EG. The last 3 were a mile away. Yes, Jorgamo got there, but he's got his work cut out.
Snakebite to slow things down here. Jing still looking to get aggressive. 1 kill away from the showstopper here, but the flash is perfect. Jorgamo finds it, but he's shut down by Forsaken.
And Mindfreak's timing is just gorgeous to witness. 8 rounds for Paper X on this half. 4 for EG.
Switching sides.
A little bit of comfort for Paper X found in the latter half. The opening here on Split. Like I said, there was resistance shown here by EG, showing that they're happy to go toe-to-toe. But like I said, once Paper X get a feel for it, a read on the game, how these rounds are playing out, in this sort of play style, that's where you expect them to excel.
Thank you very much, guys. What a start it is already to this grand finals. Paper Rex, they're leading at the half. But let's take a look at the Verizon high-speed moment here from Demon One. Mimi, we knew this matchup is going to be high speed, and we got a treat to kick us off.
Yeah, we did. I think that EG switching over to the double duelist comp was a good idea. It's a lot more comfortable for them. And they showed this early on with some of these flood retakes. This round was entirely Jojimo and Demon One working together to win things out on the retake. We saw throughout the half how strong these two players were, but it really was just these heroic moments that were winning rounds for EG.
Yeah, and this brought them at 3 rounds, Mimi, out of their 4. It was 3-3. The only other round they got was that Viper's Pit round, where I think they got a little bit fortunate to win that 2-on-2, Seth.
Yeah, Mindfreak trying to get around the pillar, but the timing comes in. Demon One manages to nail the shots and takes him out. I mean, this is a fantastic display here. I think the real high-speed moment is just the build time on Jogimo's showstoppers, because the guy had these so rapidly, 2 within the first 6 rounds. This was an incredible one for them, but it started getting away from them. Last time they played against each other, they did play Fracture. Last time they played against each other on Split, it was an 8-4 half for the side of EG on the defending half. They started off really strongly. This time, not so much.
Yeah, and I think it's especially impressive because I don't feel like the Star Duelist players for Paper Rex have had nearly as impressive a start to this game. They tend to take a little bit of time to warm up, especially for something. And while there were great moments in that half, I was more impressed with the consistency with the Paper Rex site hit finding success, and as well as that, in these late rounds, the clutches that continue to be excellent from Mindfreak.
Well, Paper Rex, they have the momentum here, but let's see what things are going to unfold as we switch halves. Back to you, Pansy and Hypok.
Thank you, and yeah, at 4-8, this is a fantastic start for Paper Rex. They've done what is required. They've got that first real half under the belt. You can see the succession of rounds is near on a streak. There was a couple that offset it for EG, but EG were in the fight, but I think you said it right. Do they have the ability to continue at this pace? Because Paper Rex aren't going to slow down.
Yeah, definitely not. You know how proactive they like to get on the defense as well. EG though, stacked up. As 4 into B main, it's just calm disconnected here, no surprises. But this is just a post-Demon One up here. They're actually going to regroup as 4 into mid.
Okay, let's put something on the chopping block, and that wide step out has got him dead. Big start for EG there, no chance of a trade and still above a minute.
Did spot multiple though. Problem being, Paper Rex still holding on to utility here for a contact play in B main.
Jeez.
Well, the timing is absolutely devastating.
That's heartbreak. Oh my god, EG. You couldn't ask for a better beginning. Forsaken could maybe do some damage though. Good flash, and he tries to look his next step towards the other side of pillar. Catch someone on the push-up, and he's trying to do damage, but it's just not landing. EG swarm the site. They should have enough for a plant here. Divine looking to maybe get a little ahead of that. No. Does he walk the smoke? Yes, he does, and it doesn't matter. EG with a pistol under the belt here. Gonna get themselves a chance to close that scoreline up.
There's a couple of heartbreaking moments, split seconds, deciding this. The overstep here from something, dash bombed, obviously no chance to retreat from that, but... And then Mindfreak just slipping into Astral form at the worst possible time. EG pounce on the opportunity, a pistol round on the board here.
I've got to say as well, just a side note, almost sidebar, Jorgamo is having
He's nearly on 20 kills.
He's having a game. Looking like Jing wants to get himself working towards that showstopper nice and early. And a pace change for EG after a very slow, meticulous start to the pistol. They've shifted gear a little, looking to try and test or at least posture towards middle at the very beginning, taking over towards the top side of things to... Oh, come on! This guy is literally...
inhuman.
I don't know what this man is made of.
It's just ridiculous to watch him in certain situations. Sure, anti-eco, I don't care.
Who cares?
It's so clean.
This was the map that gave him the title of the new King of Hell, and you might be seeing it again. The guy's aim is off the charts. Come, gonna find something. A Mindfreak. Well, he's in spawn, so that's quite a ways away. Looking to potentially get the plant. Yeah, going to be building up the showstopper again with the plant coming through here. Just still being careful in case there was someone waiting behind those screens. But Com, all too aware, you don't get to flank the flanker. Com's going to find him. Prime Gaming flawless. Moving forward, and Demon One warming up.
just filthy.
Ugh. Oh. Kid's a real talent.
Yeah, same. I think the scoreline within 2 now. Paper X still leading. Evil Geniuses with a good opportunity here in the bonus as well. It's well fleshed out.
Well, compared to the first. Right off the rip. Up towards Ramp. He does have Ethan not too far away, but look at the spike and look at the player on the other side. It's going to be something. Jordan can split mid here. They aren't actively playing towards Vents. It's on something's shoulders, and he shoulders it so well. Perfection. Couldn't quite outdo Demon 1 in the upgrade. I don't know if it is in his hand. There's the control from him. Right back at you. But the problem is they are still a player down. It's a 2v3. This is not easy.
And Ethan couldn't really find any space on the other side of things either. Still kept in check by Forsaken on A site. Demon 1 has to come across this way for the heal regardless, to try and make something work. Charge on Demon 1. 1 kill, we'll have the Blade Storm here, but perfect timing on the flash.
And look at this angle. Oh yeah, that's real. Wait.
Oh, don't keep beaking him.
Demon 1's got knives.
And 3 kills.
And 3 kills.
The chance for the ace here in round 15, Lauren.
35 seconds, are you kidding me on this one?
He's been heating up to this the last 60 seconds or so.
Feels like fate, but again, it's Devi, it's Jing, come on. Surely
left.
not. 25 seconds, he's not being entertained. He's not being given these fights. He's gonna have to fight for them. Jing, looking like the timing's right. Yes, it is. Safe pair of hands. Vapor X weather the storm here. I'll leave Demon 1 out to sea. 6-9. Vapor X picking back up now.
Forsaken's going to struggle in terms of the purchase here. See how things... Actually, yeah, Jing I think forfeiting a shield or something else along the way to get Forsaken a rifle in hand. We noted it, Demon 1 up to 15 kills now. Blade Storm online for him. EG maybe looking to pop once again towards ramps.
Be careful, you can see a little bit of a trap sent there. Demon 1 caught a pixel out of place, but no. Paper X keep themselves safe. Play a little bit deeper towards Heaven. They allow the access to the site. When do they fight back? Here. That spike is going to make it across before they're able to swing towards ramp, so it's going to be Common, maybe Boostio, to deal with the pressure, unless they get ahead of this. No one's checking. No one has checked on this. Does Forsaken just go? Does he take the green light? They might note Jing, but maybe not. Oh my god.
They both slipped through.
They've slipped through the net, and it's going to be devastating. Already taken away Ethan. Oh, but Boostio! The timing on the crest of the corner gets him up to 8 with 2 in this round. And now the 3, something Divine, Mind Freak, where are they? 2 towards Heaven, 1 towards CT, and a messy engagement gives Boostio the 3rd. Now it's Mind Freak, now it's something, and Boosty wanted the ace, he ain't gonna get it, but there's the denial of Mind Freak as something, it might be time to back away.
It's another round that's just decided by a split second.
The timing on that one.
Yeah, Forsaken's holding backside towards spawn. I think initially because nobody's shouldering the angle from either side. The kill comes through onto the site and they think that they've got a little bit of room to play with.
Yeah.
Problem being, there's no second layer coming from screens or from Heaven at the same time to follow through on that initial kill onto site.
And I'm a little bit nervous to say it, but I'll start nonetheless. Okay. I'm a little worried at how many of these rounds are a little bit individual from EG. We just had that round, yes, timing, but Boostio's there.
I come back to the same thing. This isn't where we think about Evil Geniuses in terms of sustainability, in terms of consistency. It's not. This is playing to the strength of Paper X, even though here we're looking at a 9-7 scoreline.
Respectable.
This is what they love to do.
Oh, they'll do this all day long. There's no stopping them on it. But can they get chaotic in a round like this when the buy's far from perfect? Ethan already going to take away Forsaken from the equation and open up the map. Now, it looks like the extremities are going to be Paper X's focus, right? Start trying to take a little look towards A. Didn't find anything initially, but B main, they're getting a little bit more invested. Something wants to work towards the ult. 1 off now. And Heaven, the exchange.
What won't catch. Jing actually trying to get ahead of the curve here. Might even catch her, and yes, he does. Jorgamo gets off a little bit of damage.
Massive. And they're going to read into this.
Yeah.
This seems very indicative of that A hit coming through. So your call's going to be made. Devi has to try and do something. This Guardian, I mean, they're trying to make it work on very little in this regard. Jing going to back away. But it's stalled out EG.
One kill from the showstopper, though, if Jing finds another. Already set up here, but
there it
go.
is.
That's a showstopper in the back pocket here. Reset on the paint shells. Right, EG are scrambling to try and find a rotation. Mindfreak is positioned towards Heaven. Down to 10 HP, has something in close proximity here already. Paperx, they're rotating ahead of this, Lauren.
Yeah, they're matching him step by step. You're not going to get an easy fight. Mindfreak, how does he play this? 10 HP. He's got to be... Yeah, he doesn't have the chance on it. Zeke's now going to pop on through. It's going to reveal there are presence towards Heaven. Demon 1 turns around, takes him down. Something's gone. And now for the... Oh, my God! Above and beyond! For the spike, they need to get towards the site, and it's on Demon 1 to do it. He's going to get the plant down and now Divide. It's only a stinger. This is so much to ask of one man. Is there an upgrade around? I'll be able to find it on the corpse of a fallen foe. Waiting towards that drop, there's already a player.
So 5 bullets in it, has to reload.
And Demon 1's now called to attention.
Yeah, Comms definitely relayed this information. You can see the pings coming through. Divine now at a crossroads, a dilemma how to approach.
He's got to give it a go, and it's Com. Gonna find Divide, and EG scrapping their way through that round. Mike, again, that was a little on the back of Demon 1. Those back and forth rotations, they were getting ground down.
But Demon 1, but just the presence of mind here as well when the clock's running this low, he dips into this cloudburst to find the first. Something falls. Let's go! Hits the updraft to avoid the showstopper from Jing. I mean, these rounds are just ridiculous. I have to imagine Potter is absolutely tearing her hair out right now. Because all the structure, all the discipline that you've brought to this team now, you have to throw the rulebook out the window.
I feel like they almost started on that, though. This map may not be a gimme, but it's going to be one of those where you've got to know this was going to come out, right? You knew the Vita was going to look like this. That last composition, the chamber wasn't looking good, it wasn't working. The Astro with Demon 1 didn't look as comfortable, so they've gone for a risk, right? High risk and potentially a high reward. Rolling it back, I don't know how much time they've had playing this comp as of late. So again, you look to it and you think, okay, you roll the dice. And for now, your big hitters, well, they're hitting. Jorgamo and Demon 1. Now on the other side of things, this hasn't been the perfect start to the second half here. The scoreline nearly closed up at 8-9. Only one round so far for Paperx, but they're back on the bye. They have some big ults to play with. One off the Divide. They're very close here to well, it could be a very deadly round.
Things as easy once again stacked up, maybe in the same sort of position to get Demon 1 posted here in B lane.
There.
See a very quick adjustment on the back of it. Mindfreak will take a tag. Kept honest here in the opener. But Paperx on red alert towards mid here because, like I said, previously EG did this to post up Demon 1, then re-aggress elsewhere. Oh my God. I say he was kept honest with the first jump peak. He's put in his grave on the second.
This creature has escaped hell to wreak havoc on this server. This is mental. I ain't seen that mid-round. End of round, sure, this guy is ensuring death wherever he goes, but still, it's only the first pick. Mindfreak gone, and that has to cause a reaction from Paperx. They have to be dealing with the fact that B is pretty much open. But for now, they prioritize middle. They're looking for Ethan, who walks away barely breathing on 6 HP, but the pace changed towards B. They want in, and Jorgamo gonna lead the way. Comms claimed Forsaken on the other side of the map. They're winning out everywhere. The big swing factor may be Divide here, but look who's waiting! Demon goes down, Ethan on the trade. But now timing is everything. Denied the initial plant, can they find any more ways to cause problems? Something wants to. The spray, the shot in the dark, but it's Busio to find Jing, and it's all on something. In a 1v4, this is brutal. Ethan to the left, 3 to the right, he's got the first, looks towards Heaven, tries to snap back around, 7 HP ain't enough. EG tying this up at 9 apiece.
Just wild. Some of these rounds to watch back. This is just so clean to find this headshot. I think the desk is going to be working overtime today. We're taking a beating some of these rounds because some of them are they're very frustrating for somebody to sit back and watch in terms of the intention, I guess, that both team have in certain situations, and then the outcome. I mean, even there, like Com's killing Forsaken behind him. Late.
Well, something wants to try and be the difference maker to this. Wants to isolate Com, and he has. Clean and decisive start. Half the map's won out by PaperX, and then winning out towards middle. Couldn't quite outdo Demon 1. That was only a stinger, but fantastic work considering what they brought into this round.
Oh, Divine reset there with the stinger. Boostio walking back into the Blade Storm. Something.
Whoa.
Caught sleeping, maybe a mini-map moment there.
Could be.
But as 3 EG progress towards A site.
It's waving the flag, right? PaperX have to respond. They have to draw bodies over this. Yes, they can leave one. I think that's just Mind Freak on towards B, but again, look at the weaponry. It's Forsaken who's the big player in this. Yes, the Pain Shell could be pivotal. Yes, all of the blast packs could do well, and they have. Forsaken makes the most of it. Boostio on the trade, but still. It's a 2v2, and James got himself on the site. And caution being shown by EG, they're aware. They're so aware, and he's down on 4. Hemorrhaging blood. He's been deleted by Demon 1, and now Mind Freak. Possibility, yes, in the HP, but the timing's everything.
He's got to find this first kill.
Can you do
Boostio.
it? On a platter. It's not worked.
He's so low, though.
Oh, he's gone away. 10 HP. 28 in total for EG. This is doable. Couldn't quite connect on either of that. How does he close the gap now? Boostio's gone down. He was expecting the swing. Demon 1. Oh, the temptation. 5 HP on one side. 18 on the other. 4 bullets. Oh, Demon 1 breaks their hearts again.
Double digits, lead taken.
He'll take the fight. He doesn't care. Take the warnings.
Are putting on an absolute show in the second half. Just one round.
This is
for
nuts.
PaperX, and it's round 3 when they come in at such a huge disadvantage.
Nice! Let's go, boys, let's go.
And I'll change up a little bit. I was talking about it being concerning in terms of sustainability. EG are going to be brimming with confidence at winning some of these rounds, Lauren.
This was never meant to be the map they started out. Oh, Christ! Demon 1! Absolutely devastating impact off the rip. That takes away Forsaken. It opens up all those possibilities on the side here. Just going to put the showstopper in towards heaven, secure a second for the plant, and it's on the floor from PaperX to try and bring this in. That operator not having a chance to rattle off even a shot.
PaperX have to get a move on, though. Time already passing by. Look how disconnected Boostio is here as well. Plenty of utility.
Oh my god. I was expecting it to be Com.
Yeah.
Well, it is Boosty. But you're right, time is of the essence, and PaperX need to get a move on here. Try and face their demons. They've taken away Jorgamo. That's fantastic. Quick flash, can't follow up, and now there's a chance. An opportunity cracked open here for PaperX. Maybe this is the time they can break through. Maybe not. Demon 1 is out of this world. As Divide, the time is gone. He knows it. He can't change the outcome anymore. EG up to 11.
What a stark contrast as well to how this map started. Jorgamo, we talked about him being on the brink of 20 kills. I think at that time, Demon 1 was on 6.
Something like that.
He's on 25 now. I mean, he just doesn't miss.
This was such a good opportunity for PaperX. I felt like once they crested Pillar, once they got close, once the knives were used up, that was a huge chance for them. Timeout is hit. PaperX need to come up with a plan. Alex is worried. This was never meant to be the start of this. In a best of 5, the team coming in from the lowest rarely wins like this. 2 out of the 5 times we've seen this scenario, that's all that you could imagine could be done, right? 2 times out of the 5 we've seen lower bracket teams be able to convert those wins because the veto is so heavily favored normally towards a team from the upper side. PaperX came in with a targeted first map, and it might be slipping through their fingers.
I mean, it's a real concern, actually, because I know Sean was saying what he'd love to see in terms of the best of 5, but I feel like this is a little front-loaded for EG. The win conditions for me lie with PaperX at the start of this veto.
I agree.
Pearl, for me, is a bit of a 50-50, depending on a comp change, sure, but PaperX have looked flawless with the Phoenix there.
Absolutely.
So for this to, I guess, trend the way you'd expect it to, this starts with a Paper X win on split. EG already defying that.
11-9. A desperate time out there for Paper X. Hopefully a plan has been made to handle EG and, well, specifically this one, Demon 1. And a chance, and he's been dealt with. Perfect beginnings for something. Isolate and conquer. Giving them the man advantage for the first time in what feels like a while.
What doesn't cast, but Boostio already way ahead of this. And hard clears something. The headshot on the fadeaway. Bringing to a 4v4 now.
Even though the Seekers, yes, went towards B, you can see how quickly those rotations are coming in. Jing is already towards CT side. Forsaken is on the side, but it's a Bulldog, and it's a Judge. Far from perfect. Oh, and Boostio just slides right between them. A follow-up? No. Jing trying to hold on. A 2v3 and the site is EG's. One should be coming in, and I don't think they can close the gap.
My paint shelter really high, but Jing could have sat
he's off! He's got off! In a blink of an eye, he's dead and gone, and EG are on 12.
Map point EG.
I didn't think we'd see it, Mike. Not in this map.
I mean, this just reeks of the loud performance on split as well from Paper X. Really struggling to find a solid grasp. And just getting overwhelmed time and time again. Now, unfortunately, I have the second line of pressure, which is a deficit here. A financial disadvantage. Demon 1 and Jorgamo heating up.
Truly a deadly duo between the both of them. Looking at Viper's Pit going through a middle. I'm going to try and isolate some of these fights on the extremities. 3 players put to task towards A. It's Com on the other side. And the rest of EG focusing towards B, at least on the start. Oh, again.
Com, though, going to be tested. Something. So the crosshair plate's going to look way off there. Lucky to only get away with a tag down to 89, but re-walking this?
That's bold, to say the least.
Here, box of the screen down.
I'm slipping away from this, but this will be noted relatively quickly.
That's a big indicator, actually, that Com's given up this control.
Oh yeah, you can see Jing already.
Exactly, yeah, because something's in such a deep position now. He can get very early information.
Mind Freak. Back of the site. Divide. They're going to try and get ahead of this to try and help him out, because look at the pressure coming his way. Paint Shot going to go down. Demon 1 closing in, and now the chaos begins. Divide's fallen. Jing! Out of nowhere fights to a third would be everything for them. How much can he do? Not quite enough. The trades are coming down, and it's all on Com. A 1v2. Spike is not in hand. Something is trailing him. 13 seconds, Mike. I don't know if he has time for this. Mind Freak perfectly positioned. He's got him. A chance here for Paper X. Making double digits. Opens up the slightest of opportunities.
Chance here, but it definitely doesn't help the finances with it being as scrappy as it was. Comes down to just one.
I mean, that's heroic.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see that back, just how Jing caught the timing there through the divide. Beautiful stuff. EG, slight pump of the brakes for Potter. Grinning right now with this performance. In the second half here on attack, it has looked nothing short of phenomenal here from Evil Geniuses.
Yeah. Time to check in. That was a 6-round streak from EG.
I mean, timeouts to take a breather, really.
Why not?
Yeah.
Tune up, get him in. At worst, you go OT. Now that could change things. Paper X, when they needed a miracle, I mean, Jing was right there. They got the divide. Got Seekers. But no other ults to depend on.
firmly in control here. It's Paper X we're looking towards in terms of making some sort of adjustment. Going to be tough here with Divide down on a Judge, Forsaken on a Bulldog. Ultimates, yes, 2 away from the Blade Storm. But a must win to keep their hopes of opening up this best of 5 with a map win.
It looks like middle is once again a priority position for EG.
Yeah.
Looking at who's patrolling it. Divide, Judge is there. Jing, very nearby as well. Com, once again spotted, to be challenged by not just one, there's 2 to this. Double check there's no one further behind, so this is actually unleashing something to go walkabouts if he wants to. But all of this test happens in middle. Look at something. Look at, wait, there's no way the Boostio just had a little look back.
He's looking, he's watching.
He absolutely is!
He's killed something in Spawn.
He's read them like a book. That deep flash, maybe just a little read on what they wanted.
And this is, I don't feel like addressing Com is the issue here for Paper
Christ,
X.
wait,
Demon
Jing's
1
gone
found
down.
another one, Jing's fallen. It's a 5v3, Lauren.
This feels like it's just slipping between their fingertips on map 1 here. 2 men up to the good. The 3 standing, a Bulldog for 1, a Judge for the other, and yes, Rifle on Mind Freak. It looks like EG are congregating over towards A. This plays in Forsaken, and hopefully Divide.
Seeker's invested, it doesn't really tell them anything.
30 seconds
They're running low on time though, Mike.
Have to make a move. Flash will catch you.
You got to be calling for Mind Freak to hit that rotation, hit the panic button, get over here. There's 5 players coming our way, and Divide has fallen. Forsaken now. It's all on him to try and stop the rot, stop EG. He's desperately trying, but it may not be enough. As Mind Freak now in a 1v4. Map 1 on the line. And EG turning up on a map that none of us expected to see this level of performance on. Mind Freak has a minefield to walk through. You got the pit, and you got 4 players. Divide or not, he's got to go. He takes down Com, but the trade for Jorgamo is there. EG, map 1.
And a statement made by Evil Geniuses, Lauren. A confident opener to this series.
They look absolutely lethal, Mike. I'm looking towards Demon 1, I'm looking at Jorgamo. I mean, they've had a belting series. You do not want to miss the rest of this.
When you play an actual ranked game, it's 50 minutes, but how much are you actually shooting? With AimLabs, you can compete in over 1,000 tasks that will prepare you for any scenario in any game. So the new ranked season, you play, you get points, you can compare yourself to your friends. With AimLabs' new one-to-one Valorant maps, you get instant feedback on how to get better crosshair placement, better peak efficiency. You can also instantly modify existing tasks with Discovery. Get started today by downloading the AimLabs for free and join millions of other satisfied players.
Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings.